This is not a top 10 back exercises video where I'll spend 20 minutes so that I can place more ads, showing you what the right form is. It is a practical guide. A practical guide for guys with the same back building struggles I had. So let's get to it right away. Before we get into the more specific things, we will first lay the foundation. In order to build any muscle group, you have to be doing the following things. You can skip this if you already know this kind of stuff, but it's necessary to say. You have to bulk. Self-explanatory. You cannot build muscle out of nothing. You have to eat more, at least more than when you're already eating. Unless you're about 20% body fat, in that case, you should probably cut. You have to be consistent. Again, self-explanatory. Not even gonna explain this one. Level up your discipline, man. You have to train hard enough. Although this is less common than the two previous mistakes, it does happen really often. Now, how can you know if you're training hard enough or not? Well, I think that a really easy way to measure this is with the question, are you scared before every training session? You don't have to be extremely scared, but you have to be a little bit. Answer honestly, man. Are you scared before every training session? If your answer was no, you probably have to increase either the rep ranges, the intensity, or the weights. Now, what is the logic behind this? The very simplified logic is, as humans, we unintentionally seek for comfort. And if you are excited before every workout, chances are that you are not training hard enough. You are in your comfort zone. You can love to work out, but in a masochistic way. Like, you don't love to work out in the same way you love fucking cookies, bro. If you actually train hard, outside of your comfort zone, that is, it hurts. And nobody loves that, man. And if you don't reach failure or fatigue the muscle, you are not going to build muscle. As simple as that. When it comes to building a bigger back, what you want to increase is not just size by itself. What you more specifically want is more width and more thickness. The reason for this is because if you mistakenly focus on one and neglect the other, it will look weird. Here's an example of a thick back that lacks width. As you can see, the guy trains a lot, but he has not trained his lats. And because of that, he has not developed width. His back is thick, but it's not wide, which makes him look weird. He doesn't look as good as he could. Now here's an example of the opposite, of a wide back that lacks thickness. As you can see, the guy has a wide back. Again, he trains hard enough, but it looks weird because he has not thick enough. And this one is particularly a really common problem for guys who do calisthenics, because often, but not always, they do a lot of pull-ups, but not enough rowing exercises, even though there are calisthenic rowing exercises, which are the ones that increase your back thickness. Having that in mind, what I recommend you to do is not to simply divide your back workouts into upper, middle, and lower back like every single YouTube video tells you. Don't get me wrong, like, you should find exercises from credible sources, learn what the right form is, and train all the three areas of the back. Again, upper, middle, and lower. But put a bigger emphasis on width training and thickness training, and be mindful of how much time you are dedicating to each one. Width and thickness. Remember, man, width and thickness. You might be a little confused now, so I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. So at the beginning, I watched all of those YouTube videos. I split my back workouts into the three back areas, upper, middle, and lower, and I structured my training sessions around that. I didn't get the results I wanted. I don't know what it was. And I don't know about you, man, but it's probably the same as you actually, but I don't want to be Mr. Olympia. I just want to look more masculine, more attractive, and I don't have to train every single muscle in my body for that. So I changed that. And what I did later that worked, and the advice I give you now is split your workouts into the three back areas, upper, middle, and lower, just like those YouTube videos are telling you. And then divide them again into width and thickness training. And structure your back workout in a way that 50% of it is width and 50% of it is thickness training. And the way you can do this is extremely simple, man. And that is by knowing that pulling exercises make your back wider and rowing exercises make your back thicker. As simple as that, man. Pulling equals wider, rowing equals thicker. So anytime you do pull-ups, pull-downs, or pullovers, for example, you are training your lats, you are training your back width. And anytime you are doing back rows, chest rows, seated rows, any kind of rows or rowing exercises, you increase your back thickness. And there you go, man. It's really simple. It's as simple as that. And remember, working out doesn't have to be that complicated, and always counting every single rep, every calorie, and all that bullshit only adds unnecessary stress. And if you can't remember every single thing I said in this video, and you don't want to come back and watch it, just get the mindset behind it. Look yourself in the mirror and notice your weaknesses, just like the 2 examples I showed you. Ask yourself every back day, have I trained width today? Have I trained thickness today? And if not, do it. Start from there. It doesn't have to be complicated. If you are not disciplined, none of this advice will work, or any advice at that. So remember doing the hard work when you don't feel like it. Every single time you overcome that friction, you will become a little bit more disciplined, man. You will level up your discipline.